Hello everyone, my name's Rory and welcome back to Firebeard Outdoors. I'm out in the woods again today. It's quite a damp, horrible grey, misty day. But what I wanted to do in this video is use one of my camping stoves, a little stick stove by Lixada. I'll show a link in the description for where you can get those if you want one. And I'm going to use that to brew some fir needle tea in my little camping kettle. So I'll do that now and yeah, hope you enjoy. So this is the Lixada firebox. I got this off Amazon fairly cheaply. It's made of stainless steel and fits into a little black pouch where it collapses down to a very flat, lightweight. So yeah, I'm going to get a fire lit in there. Now getting a fire going in this sort of conditions is quite difficult, so it might be a challenge for me. However, I've currently set up in a little copse of conifers which still have a lot of leaf foliage on, and that should protect most of the twigs that are on the ground from getting too damp. So I think there's quite a lot of dry stuff around here, so I should be able to gather all the little twigs and sticks that I need. So I've got this dead tree here, and on it it's got all these little snappy twigs. These are ideal. You don't want anything that's green and you don't want anything that's rotten. But you want it's dead, and it's, as you can see, it's quite dry inside, so that's perfect. So here it is, the firebox is lit. So now I'm going to go on to making the brew. Okay, so this is fir. Not exactly sure which species, but it's definitely a fir because you can tell because it's got individual spines. Pines come in pairs, firs and spruces have individual. So here is my camping kettle. So yeah, I'll just take the lid off. Then I'm going to add water. Probably not going to need that much, but anyway. As you can see, there's a little bit of leaf foliage in there. That's fairly normal for camping. So here's my camping kettle. That's what I'm going to be boiling the water in. It's got a lid here, it goes on there. I've just got the fir. I'm just going to rip some of the pines off and just drop them straight in. I'm going to get a good handful. You want to rip them so that the juices and resin inside the pines comes out into the water to infuse the tea. Right, so that should be enough. Hold the lid. And then on to the stove. Now it's always a good idea to try and do this on stable level ground. You don't want anything sliding off. Now I'm just going to need to re-stoke this up a bit. It's easy enough to do, we just add in a few twigs into the aperture at the front. See, this burns very quickly, these twigs, so you just need to add more to get it roaring. Yeah, I was trying to stick some average sized bits in there and then some very thin stuff above it that will track the flames upwards. And if you're struggling, you can always give it a quick few breaths of air. In fact, I'm going to give it a few breaths now. Give it long, slow, drawn out breaths rather than quick and harsh ones, it will blow it out. Like that, I can already see it giving it a bit of life. So there you go. Now all I have to do is sit and wait. and adjust the fire if I need to, but at the moment it seems to be going strong. This bush box it creates like a chimney effect, so all the hot heat is drawn upwards and it makes cooking very easy. Okay, the water's starting to boil now, so it's time to get that off. And I'm going to use a stick to do that because it's going to be hot. There we go, that's off. Yeah, that's nice and steeped. Just going to use a little stick here to stir it. Oh, it's got a nice sort of green hue to it. Probably means it's going to be very nice. Okay, so it's ready to pour. I've got this little cookser here, which I will use. The handle, fortunately, isn't that hot. Now this obviously doesn't look like much. Right, so here, that's all done. That took probably about 2-3 minutes for the water to boil, and now I've let it settle for about a minute just to let it steep. And it's very nice. It's not very colourful, but it tastes very fragrant. It's very piney, and it tastes very sort of medicinal or herbal. I don't normally drink tea, but this is very nice. It's nice and warm when you're out in the cold. Now I'm going to start cleaning up. It's very important that I leave everything as I found it. I'm not going to leave anything behind. So as you can see, I've fully cleared up. There is absolutely no sign here whatsoever of any fire, no litter, absolutely nothing. As Ray Mears says, a good woodsman leaves no trace of his presence, and I agree with that very strongly. I think it's vital that people leave no trace behind, no litter, no evidence of their fires. It's bad for the woodland, and it's bad for the reputation of bushcrafters who are respectful for the woods and who don't do that. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, hope you learned something, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Farewell.